WWE kind of sucks. And yes, we're talking about the Cuts. And no, I'm not just butthurt because they didn't renew the contract of my favourite tag team ever. I mean, I am, but that's not just it. WWE properly sucks. I know it's a business decision, you can't just keep workers on just because you like them. But it sucks that it's not even a fault of the workers themselves, it's a problem with creative. Creative just don't have any fucking clue what to do with them. So they just sideline them and then let them go. I know we can't all be fans of everyone on the roster. There were ones that we like, ones that we love, ones that we love to hate, and ones that we hit the fast forward button for. And I'm not trying to shit on anyone, but I'm a little sick of watching Charlotte Flair and Alexa Bliss fight Lash Legend and Nia Jax. Not saying any of them are bad. Lash definitely has presence. Lash is get something. But I'm bored. And you've got Candice LeRae on your books. You had Alba Fire and Kairi Sane. Well, no, let's just bring the Bella Twins back. Now, I know I'm kind of late to the game. I stopped watching WWE in like mid to late 90s, when I was like mid to late teens. And it didn't start again until the Machine Guns joined, for obvious reasons. I suppose this is my first real experience of the annual purge. I don't know if it's always this dramatic, but this felt dramatic. I'm being dramatic about it. I know, to quote Simon Miller, it's the most important of the unimportant things. But in my unimportant things category, it's pretty high on importance. I know what I meant. Shut up. Hi, Leia. These guys work their asses off with whatever crap WWE give them, and then they just go, we've run out of ideas, bye-bye. So let's break it down to the ones that irked me the most. Alba Fire. I've been lucky enough to see Kaylee Ray wrestle in person between Glasgow and Ayr, mostly in ICW and Pro Wrestling Elite, I think. And from first sight, she was amazing. It was not surprising to hear that she'd gone to New Japan, and seeing her on WWE was awesome. And Viper. It was actually amazing how many Scottish accents there were for a while. What? But then to see what WWE was doing with her felt like such a waste. At least now she can go and do better things elsewhere. And she will. Next, the Wyatt Six. Now, like I said, I wasn't watching WWE. I'm going to stop calling it WWE. I'm going to call it WWE again. The reason I called it WWE in the last one is because WWE is hard to say. WWE. We say IC dub, but we never say WWE because it sounds stupid, that's why. WWE is what I'm calling it from now on. And if you don't like it, I apologise. But also tough, because I can't change it now. Now, as I said, I wasn't watching WWE until the Guns joined. So I missed the whole Bray Wyatt era. But he seems to have made such an impact on all the fans that I kind of feel like I know it just through osmosis. And I love horror, so the Wyatt Six were instantly appealing to me aesthetically anyway. And then when they got the chance to wrestle, they were great. Loomis and Casey were awesome together. I don't really feel like I saw Rowan wrestle much. He seemed to have been given the you're a big guy, do big guy stuff role. But he has a hell of a beard, and you gotta respect a man with a hell of a beard. I'm sure there's more to him. But he took that slither and he made it work. I never got to see Nikki Cross wrestle, but her character work was incredible. She embodied that character. She hyped up the audience, she creeped out the commentators, she interacted with the fans, she was brilliant. You never forgot that she was there at ringside, like you can with some of the, as my boy likes to call them, ankle biters. It's the people that hang around the ring and maybe grab an ankle or two. She never failed to make an impact at ringside. And then Uncle Howdy, or as my boy calls him, Uncle Nasty, because he gets him mixed up with the Frackle Muppet, whose name he also forgets is actually Uncle Deadly. Neither here nor there. He's Uncle Nasty to us. He never failed to deliver a fun and creepy performance. I thought he looked great in the ring, and he was amazing on the promos. Even when we did get a little bit tired of the Give Me My Lamp Back storyline, he still delivered. I just hit my cable there, hope you didn't hear that. And none of that was on the wrestlers either. That was a creative thing. And from what I'm learning, looking back, Bo Dallas has been given some questionable creative decisions, but he made them work. So that's now a whole team with lots of potential in-ring and story-wise just gone. But it still sucks. Next one. Kairi. Fucking Kairi. That girl was working her ass off every single week. She was cutting great promos with Asuka. They had a storyline going. We were waiting for the Kairi turning on Asuka battle. I'm not even kidding. I did a literal jaw drop when they said Kairi's name. Why? I mean, no pun intended, but that is simply insane. And then, my boys. Yes, I have claimed them. The Machine Guns. The only reason I started watching WWE in the first place. Again, I don't even know if I have words. Just pissed off. I also have to wonder how much notice the wrestlers get when they're being let go or the contract's not being renewed. Or if it's a case of just wake up the morning after the big meeting and, so sad, bye-bye. But that one really surprised me as well, because they were also building up a storyline. They weren't in the middle of one like Kyrie was. Kyrie was like in the middle. And actually getting close to the conclusion of it. And we're just now, they blue-balled us with the Kyrie Asuka story is what they've done. But the Machine Guns were building up a story with Fraxium, and a possible, feud with Fraxium, and a conglomeration? Why did that word come out of my mouth? A team-up with Johnny Gargano and Candice. And now that's just gone. I would have thought that if you're in the middle of a story, or you're getting a story started, you might feel a little bit more secure, and not expect to be let go. So Kyrie and the Guns just feels like madness to me. I know, at the end of the day, it's a business. They'll go off and they'll work for other companies. They'll go and do the independent scene. The independent scene is pretty fucking awesome. I love going to independent shows. I haven't been for a long while, but I really love it. I hate big stadium audiences. They're so impersonal. Impersonable? I need to get a thesaurus. But I love indie shows. Hey, maybe they'll do indie shows and they might come to the UK and I'll get to see all these guys that are amazing. But like I said, it's business. They make business decisions. It's just that to me, those decisions didn't seem to make any sense this time around. Die-hard WWE fans, can you tell me, is it always this dramatic? I'm traumatised. I think the women's division has been hit the hardest. Because you've lost Alba Fire and Kairi Sane. And you had Nikki Cross, and I don't know, you could have put her in, and you don't use Candice, and you don't use Kiana enough. And yes, fangirl hat, you had the greatest tag team of all time on your books, and you chose to put R-Truth and Damian Priest together as a tag team and give them the championship belts. What the fuck? You fumbled DIY and Ciampa so bad that Ciampa ran away and is now hurting himself pretty badly on AEW. That was nasty. Did you see that one? That was nasty. Xavier's coming back soon, I think. But I don't have a lot of hope that we are going to do anything good with the New Day either. Carmella wasn't even at WrestleMania. And where's Ilya Dragunov gone? Did you lose him behind the couch? I know I'm relatively new to the WWE sphere again, but guys, I think it's time we abandon ship. I want to watch and support the wrestlers that I like that are on WWE, but I don't like what WWE is doing with them. I mean, when the Guns fans were commenting about, oh, WWE are fumbling them, they're not using them properly, they should go to AEW, part of me agreed, but then another part of me was like, well, hang on a minute, what if they're happy there? What if they've got a really cushy deal? Maybe they get to do less travelling and have more downtime. I'm pretty sure they get medical expenses and college tuition reimbursement or something. Plus it's WWE, and if you're a wrestler, you've grown up watching WWE and you would have dreamed of the time when you took your spot on WWE. I would have loved to have seen them hold the belts longer. Get them a second time. Third, fourth, fifth, however many. Still chance. Could still bring people back. But we may live to regret this. We will make them regret it. No, we won't. I would have loved to have seen them get their WrestleMania moment. They have had more than enough WrestleMania level matches in their careers. Like, WrestleMania level doesn't even mean anything anymore, I don't think. I know, it's not the end of any wrestler's career. They can go to Japan, they can go to Ring of Honor, they can go to AEW, they could go to TNA, they could go to the independent circuit. And they can get brought back to WWE at any time as well. It just kind of sucks.